Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with the recap of college football for Saturday. I was going to do it late last night, but I wasn't staying up to 4 a.m. for it. So, we're going to do it right now. So let's dive into this. We already did the Wednesday game, the Thursday, and Friday games, so only the Saturday games. If you want to see the other games, go check that out on my YouTube channel. I didn't really have a recap for the Wednesday game, the Coastal Carolina game. I kind of just mentioned it in my prediction video. So, sorry, Coastal Carolina fans, but I did say it's a good thing you got that win. I was happy you got your game in. But anyways, let's dive into these. First game, number 1 Alabama goes on the road and once again blows out Ole Miss 62-7. And I'm telling you this right now, the only team that could beat Alabama is LSU in the West. That's the only team that I think could beat Alabama in the West this season. I mean, I'm telling you, maybe, I don't know, maybe a Missouri or Georgia, like maybe Missouri's offense could stay in the game, or maybe Georgia could probably beat them too, but I'm just talking the SEC West. LSU's the only team that could beat them. Ole Miss, you guys are still, as I said, if you go watch my video on why the Alabama dynasty is going to end in 2 to 3 years, Ole Miss is still a tier 2 team. They're not close to Alabama. They're just not. So, Alabama, good start to the conference. Ole Miss, I mean, I still think you guys are going to win some games in the SEC, but I don't know. This was a bad performance. Let's see. Next game, Georgia Southern versus number 2 Clemson. Clemson gets the win here. Got off to a slow start, but Clemson pulled through. They start ACC play next week. I believe they play Georgia Tech, next week. So let's see what they do in that game. Georgia Southern, I think you'll win some games from the Sun Belt. Next game, Middle Tennessee versus number 3 Georgia. Sorry there. Number 3 Georgia beat Middle Tennessee 49-7. Good win for Georgia. They're definitely a top 3 team. Like, I don't think 1, 2, and 3 are going to change. But Georgia is a good win. Middle Tennessee, I do think you'll win some games in the Conference USA. But you got beat pretty bad by 2 SEC schools. So that's concerning. Let's see. Georgia, I believe you all get Missouri next week. So let's see what you do against Missouri. Next game, number 4 Ohio State versus number 15 TCU. Ohio State wins this one 40-28. TCU lost this game in the third quarter on turnovers. They ran that stupid play. It was like I don't know if it was an option or I don't know what the hell it was. Flea flicker, but that play was dumb and it cost them a touchdown. Then the block punt, that was another turnover. So that cost you the game. That's 2 touchdowns that cost you the game. So TCU, they're still going to do well in the Big 12, but I mean TCU lost this game more than Ohio State won this game. Ohio State next week, I think they get a bye, and then they get Penn State. Urban Meyer comes back. So let's see what happens, but I think Ohio State would be fine in the Big 10. Next game is number 5 Oklahoma versus Iowa State. Iowa State looked pretty good. By the way, Oklahoma's number 5 in the country. Iowa State looked good in this game, but Oklahoma, I think, was just too much for them. Iowa State did go in last year and pulled off the upset, so Oklahoma got revenge. I'll give Iowa State that they covered. I do think Iowa State, I think they're a bowl team. Even though they're 0-2 and they're officially out of the college football playoffs. Same thing with Middle Tennessee. Same thing with Middle Tennessee. Both of those teams are officially eliminated. Basically, I still think they'll get in a bowl game. So, that's just me. Oklahoma, good win for you all. Good start to the Big 12. Next, we have the upset of the week. BYU goes on the road and beats number 6 Wisconsin 24-21. Let's start off with BYU. I'm giving credit to BYU in this one. This was an amazing win. BYU is back. I will say that right now. And they could very well possibly make a run at a New Year's Six Bowl. I still think they'll lose and get at least a game or two, but they could very well make a New Year's Six Bowl. This was an excellent win for BYU, and they're back. Number 6 Wisconsin is going to be no more. If you're Wisconsin, this is disappointing on the mindset that all you had to do is probably go 3-0 out of conference and 7-2 in conference and make the Big Ten championship game. Now you probably have to go 8-1 in the conference. So, and you have opponents like Iowa and Penn State. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. By the way, Wisconsin, I think they're gonna drop quite a bit. I do. I think they won't be in the top 10. I'll just say that. This game right here, another big upset. Number 12, LSU goes on the road and beats number 7 Auburn 22-21. It was like a 10-point spread for this game. We'll start off with Auburn. Auburn's not going to do anything in the SEC this year. They'll win games in the SEC, don't get me wrong. They're not going to beat Bama. They're not going to beat Georgia. They're just not. Especially if those two games are on the road, because they can't even beat LSU at home. The Auburn Tigers will not be in the New Year's Six Bowl. I'll say that right now. They're still in college football playoff contention, technically. So they're still technically in contention for that, but I just don't see it, people. I just don't see it. For LSU, excellent win. This is a huge win. LSU is back, people. LSU is the only team as of right now that I think could beat Alabama in the regular season. And by the way, I think the number 6 team in the country is LSU right now. I think they should be the number 6 team in the country. I think they should jump that high. When you beat 2 teams in the AP top 10, you are a top 5 team. So, unfortunately, I still think the top 5 is correct. I think those 5 teams are better than LSU because I'm a little bit concerned about LSU's offense. But they're number 6 in my opinion. Excellent win for LSU here. They get Louisiana Tech next week. They should get that win, and then they're going to start playing real SEC games. So, excellent win for LSU. Next game, Vanderbilt versus number 8 Notre Dame. Notre Dame won this one 22-17. Let's start off with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's going to win some games this year in the SEC, and they will get to a bowl game. Vanderbilt hung in there with Notre Dame. I watched some of this game. Vanderbilt looks good. So, I won't be too concerned if I'm a Vanderbilt fan. Notre Dame, I am concerned that you guys are not making the college football playoffs on the mindset of this. You guys are letting teams like Ball State and Vanderbilt stay in the game, especially Ball State. Scratch Vanderbilt, especially Ball State. Stay in the game as playing at home. I do not see you guys making the college football playoffs. I knew it was a possibility. I just don't see it. So that's why I got away from this game. Excuse me. Next game is UC Davis versus number 9 Stanford. Stanford won 30-10. No Bryce Petty in this one. Or not Bryce Petty. Bryce Love. Still got the win though. Started off a little bit slow, but still got the win. So good win for Stanford. Next game is number 10 Washington versus Utah. Let's see. Washington got the win 21-7. Good win for Washington. I watched some of this game. It's a tough place to play in Utah, so they got the win. What this came down to was Washington's just a better team. That's what this game just came down to. If I'm a Utah fan, won't be concerned. You will still win some games in the Pac-12. Next game, number 11 Penn State beats Kent State 63-10. This is what Penn State should have done against Appalachian State. Good win for Penn State as they kick off. I think they go ahead and now kick off Big Ten play. They get, I believe, a bye, and then you get Ohio State. We'll see what they do in Big Ten play. I'm still not sold on them. Kent State, you're officially out of college football playoff contention. Let's see. Number 16 Mississippi State beats Louisiana 56-10. Good, solid win for Mississippi State. I believe next week, I believe you get, I think you guys get like Arkansas or like South Carolina, one of those two teams. or maybe even Texas A&M. You get one. You get one of those teams. We'll see what y'all do against them. Louisiana. I think you'll win a few games in the Sun Belt. I do, but good win from Mississippi State. Let's see. Number 17 Boise State on the road loses to number 24 Oklahoma State 44-21. Excellent win for Oklahoma State. I did not expect a blowout in this game. Oklahoma State's good. Boise State's still a good team. They'll do well in the Mountain West, but this was the one game I expected them to lose. So, not by this much though. Let's see. Number 19 Michigan beats SMU 45-20. Good win for Michigan. Let's see what they do in Big Ten play now, because I don't know if they could survive that. SMU, for SMU they might win a game or two in the American, but that's it. Let's see. San Jose State goes on the road and loses to number 20 Oregon 35-22. I think Oregon was overlooking this game because they play Stanford next week. So they still got the win, which was good, because if they lost this game, this would be embarrassing as hell. But good win for Oregon. San Jose State, I don't know if you guys are winning a game. Number 21 Miami beats Toledo on the road 49-24. Good win for Miami. I think I think LSU's just better than Miami. That's what I think what happened in week 1. I expect Miami to be one of the better teams in the ACC at least. Toledo, I think you guys win some games in the MAC. I still think you guys are going to do well in the MAC. Let's see. Texas beats number 22 USC at home 37-14. Big win for Texas. I'm not saying Texas is back. USC is definitely going downhill. I don't know what the hell you guys are going to do in the Pac-12. I don't think you're in the college football playoffs, because I'm eliminating you from that. And I don't think you guys are at New Year's Six Bowl. Let's see. San Diego State beats number 23 Arizona State. 28-21. Good win for San Diego State. It was a very well possibility that they could win this game. By the way, USC and Arizona State, I do not expect neither one of you all to be in the polls next week. But Arizona State, I still think you guys are going to win some games in the Pac-12. I wouldn't be too upset about this. Now let's get into non-ranked games. Let's start off Rhode Island versus UConn. UConn got the win 56-49. I didn't watch any of this game. UConn, this is your only win of the season. Hawaii versus Army. Army wins 28-21. Hawaii got their first loss of the year. I won't be too discouraged. I still think you guys are going to win some games in the Mountain West and get into a bowl game. Army, good win. Troy goes on the road and upsets Nebraska 24-19. First of all, good win for Troy. This was more Troy than Nebraska. Good win for Troy. They're, to me, the best team in the Sun Belt West. And then Nebraska, they're still going to win probably 2 or 3 games in the Big Ten, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But Nebraska's nowhere close to being near like Ohio State and like Wisconsin. Syracuse beats Florida State 30-7. Big win for Syracuse. I disagree with their head coach though, saying that they're on the map. They are not on the map, people. I'm telling you why. Because Florida State, not only I'm eliminating them from college football playoff contention. I don't think they'll make a New Year's Six Bowl. And I'll go as far as say this: I don't think they're a bowl team. I think Syracuse beat a Florida State team that's not going to be in a bowl game this year. Let's see. Kansas beats Rutgers 55-14. Big win for Kansas. I did not expect them to win this. Kansas, I think you guys can maybe pull off an upset or two in the Big 12. I really do. So keep an eye on that. Rutgers, you are the worst team in the Big 10. Because Illinois looks better than you. And I don't know if Rutgers will win a game in the Big 10. Let's see. Ball State, Indiana. Indiana wins 38-10. Good win for Indiana. And by the way, Rutgers is officially eliminated from college football playoff contention. Good win for Indiana. Ball State, I'm officially eliminating you from college football playoff contention. if you're Indiana, good win. Ball State, you guys probably win a game or two in the MAC, but good win if you're Indiana. We'll see what you all do in the Big Ten. Probably not that good, but we'll see. Temple gets their first win of the year as they beat Maryland 35-14. As a Terps fan, I was absolutely disgusted with this game. Good win for Temple. Temple just outplayed us. Maryland, yeah, I don't know what we're all going to do in the Big Ten now. I don't. So, I was hoping 4-4, maybe 3-5 now. So, I don't know. Let's see. Kentucky beats Murray State 48-10. Good win for Kentucky. Let's see what they do in SEC play. I believe y'all face South Carolina, I think. So, or South Carolina or Georgia, one of those two. So, good win. Let's see what you do in SEC play. UTEP versus Tennessee. Tennessee gets the win 24-0. Tennessee's the second worst team in the SEC. Still got the win, which was nice, but you guys are the second worst team in the SEC behind a team I'm going to mention later. Let's see. Georgia Tech versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won 24-19. Georgia Tech, you're out of college football playoff contention. Big win for Pittsburgh here. Let's see what they do in ACC play now. But big win for them. Georgia Tech, you guys are still going to win a few games in the ACC. Don't get me wrong, but you guys, I don't think will be making the college football playoffs. UAB beats Tulane 31-24. Tulane, you're officially out of college football playoff contention. Good win for UAB here. Let's see what they do in the Conference USA. I still think Tulane's going to win a few games in the American. I still believe that. Let's see. South Florida versus Illinois. South Florida comes back and wins this one 25-19. Good win for South Florida. Let's see what they do in the American. I think they'll do decent in the American. Illinois, I don't think you're going to do well in the Big Ten, but we'll see. But we will see. You can't let a team come back down on you 19-7 like that. Duke beats Baylor 40-27. Duke is definitely one of the top teams in the ACC. Is a very good win for them. Baylor, I think Baylor will win 2 to 4 games in the Big 12, but we will wait to see. If I'm a Baylor fan, I will not be that concerned, but I do think you'll win a few games in the Big 12. Navy beats Lehigh 51-21. Good win for Navy. Let's see what they do in the American. Northern Illinois gets their first win of the year against Central Michigan, opening up the MAC. Northern Illinois is going to do well in the MAC. They just have a very tough out-of-conference schedule. Central Michigan, I do not think Central Michigan is going to do that well in the MAC. So, we'll see what happens. Miami, Ohio loses to Minnesota 26-3. Minnesota looked good in this game, and let's see what they do in the Big Ten. Miami, Ohio, we'll see what you guys do in the MAC. I think a lot of these teams are going to win some games in the MAC. Like, I think the MAC is going to be really competitive. Let's see what we got here. UTSA loses to Kansas State 41-17. Good win for Kansas State. Let's see what you guys do in the Big 12. UTSA, you'll probably win a few games in the Conference USA. Wyoming beats Woodford 17-14. Good win for Wyoming. Let's see what you guys do in the Mountain West, but good win for y'all. Let's see. Bowling Green beats Eastern Kentucky 42-35. Bowling Green, I don't think you guys will do that well in the MAC per se, but you never know. But this was a good win for you all. Ready to get your first win of the season. Colorado State loses to Florida 48-10. Good bounce back win for Florida. Colorado State, I don't think you guys are doing well in the Mountain West. But good bounce back win for Florida. Let's see what you guys do in the SEC. North Texas goes on the road and beats Arkansas 44-17. First of all, good win for North Texas. This is an excellent win for the Conference USA. North Texas is probably the best team out of the Conference USA West. Arkansas, not only you're out of college football playoff contention or New Year's Six Bowl contention, I don't think you're making a bowl game, and I think you're the worst team in the SEC. And you get Bama in 2 or 3 weeks, which is even better. Arkansas is the worst team in the SEC, people. That's what I learned this week. Um, that's just what it is. Houston beats Texas. Texas Tech beats Houston 63-49. Good win for Texas Tech here. Let's see what y'all do in Big 12 play. You guys will have to go at least 4-5 to make a bowl game. That is possible, but I think it might be a little bit tough. Houston, I still think you guys are going to do well in the American. You do have Memphis in your way, but we'll see what happens. But if I'm Houston, I would just cross this game off and get ready for American play. Virginia beats Ohio at the neutral site in Vanderbilt 45-31. They changed this game to the Vanderbilt Stadium. Good win for Virginia. Let's see what they do in ACC play for Ohio. I think they'll still do pretty good in the MAC, but I thought Ohio had a shot in this game. I'll say that much. Colorado beats New Hampshire 45-14. Good win for Colorado. They start off Pac-12 play next week against UCLA. I think they will beat UCLA. Cal beats Idaho State 45-23. Good win for Cal. They start off Pac-12 play next week. I don't know who they face. Florida Atlantic beats Bethune-Cookman 49-28. Good win for Florida Atlantic. Let's see what they do in Conference USA play. Buffalo beats Eastern Michigan 35-28. Good win for Buffalo. Good start to in your conference, the MAC conference. I think Buffalo is sneaky good, so we'll see what they do. Let's see. Texas State versus South Alabama. South Alabama wins this one 41-31. Texas State, you're out of college football playoff contention. And Texas State, you guys are bad. I mean, this is a game you should have won, in my opinion. You let them come back down, what was it, 31-23. South Alabama, good win, where you get good start off to the Sun Belt. Let's see what you guys do. Delaware State versus Western Michigan. Western Michigan wins 68-0. Good win for Western Michigan here, guys. Good win. See what they do in the MAC. Arkansas State versus Tulsa. Arkansas State wins 29-20. Very good win for Arkansas State. I think they're going to do well in the Sun Belt. For Tulsa, you guys are out of college football playoff contention. I think you guys still win a few games in the American though. Cincinnati beats Alabama A&M 63-7. Good win for Cincinnati. Let's see what they do in the American. Nevada beats Oregon State 37-35. Good win for Nevada. Let's see what they do in the Mountain West. Oregon State, you're out of college football playoff contention. I don't think Oregon State's going to do well in the Pac-12 play. Iowa beats Northern Iowa 38-14. Good win for Iowa. Let's see what you do in Big Ten play. Louisville beats Western Kentucky 20-17. I think Louisville got the win, but I don't think they're going to do well in ACC play. I just don't. I don't have a good feeling. Missouri beats Purdue 40-37. Good win for Missouri here. Purdue, I think they'll win. I still think they'll win a few games in the Big Ten. But they look sloppy. I'm just gonna say that right now. Missouri, I believe they get Georgia next week. So we'll see what they do against Georgia. Texas A&M gets to beat UL Monroe 48-10. Good bounce back win here. They start. I believe they get. I want to say they get South Carolina or Mississippi State. So one of those two teams. So let's see what they do in that. Let's see. Florida International beats UMass 63-24. Big win for Florida International here. They'll probably do well in the Conference USA. UMass, they gotta get it together because you're independent. You don't have conference play to back up on. So they gotta get it together. Akron pulls off the upset against Northwestern 39-34. By the way, Northwestern is officially out of college football playoff contention. Northwestern's still gonna win some games in the Big Ten this year. but they might not make a bowl game. Akron, good win here. We'll see what you guys do in the MAC. New Mexico beats New Mexico State 42-25. Good win for New Mexico here. We'll see what they do in the Sun Belt. I don't think you all would do that good in the Sun Belt. New Mexico State, last year was a fluke. That's what I learned from this game. Last year was a fluke. A, B, you guys aren't making a bowl game in my opinion. Washington State beats Eastern Washington 59-24. Good win for Washington State. Let's see what they do in Pac-12 play. I think they could do decent. UNLV beats Prairie View 46-17. Good win for UNLV. Let's see what they do in the Mountain West. I think they'll do okay. Two more games. Fresno State beats UCLA 38-14. Big win here for Fresno State. I think you guys will do very good in the Mountain West. UCLA, God, you guys are not going to do well this year. I don't think you guys are making a bowl game, I think you guys, I don't know if you guys are going to win a Pac-12 game. I mean, you might win one or two, but I mean, I don't know. UCLA, this is not good if you're a UCLA fan. And then the last game, Arizona beats Southern Utah 62-31. Good win for Arizona here. They still have Pac-12 play. I don't know who they're facing, but good win for them. They kind of let Southern Utah stay in that game for about 2.5 quarters, which I didn't like, but good win for Arizona. So that's my recap. A little longer than I wanted. Once conference play really starts kicking in, these recaps will be shorter. So it's just a reminder on that. Later today, we're going to have a reaction to the AP Top 25, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And this is McD the Beast signing off.